This week in a galaxy far, far away, there's a new Mandalorian video game coming to town. The Bad Batch is about to strike back one final time, and interviews from Empire's 25 years of the Star Wars prequels are out now.
Is that a bench?
Everything is not ideal.
We're in agreement on that one.
Creators for the Bad Batch talk all things Asajj and how her return won't conflict with a certain piece of canon media, Dark Disciple, an adaptation of unreleased episodes of the Clone Wars. This novel establishes a climactic arc for Ventress that ends with a sacrifice. Despite this seemingly conclusive ending, she reappears in the Season 3 trailer taking place years down the Star Wars timeline. While Ventress could appear as a flashback or even as a clone, we may not receive immediate answers from the show's final season. Writer Jennifer Corbett claims, quote, "I will say that not all the answers to the mystery of interest will be told in the show. There may be future answers down the road in something else." End quote. Ever since fans were swept away by the space western genre of The Mandalorian, the question on so many minds was this: when can I play as a wandering bounty hunter? The answer? Respawn is in the early stages for such a video game. Rumor has it the title will have gameplay featuring high mobility jetpack traversal, a very fast-paced fighting style such as regenerating health through successive kills, an expanding variety of gadgets or weapons, and all built not on an open-world map but consecutive levels to utilize a variety of planets, both old and new. Actor for the Emperor Ian McDiarmid was interviewed by Empire, the magazine, not the fictional regime. Quote, "I felt that Palpatine always had a plan B, probably a plan C, D, E, and F. The thing that I'm most pleased about, and you know, this only came to a head when they asked me to come back for the Rise of Skywalker, is that every single evil act in all of the Star Wars franchise is either directly or indirectly down to that character. That is total evil, and that's strangely satisfying as an art. I do feel fortunate to have been able to do it, and other villains of cinema now have to compete with that." End quote. D. Bradley Baker, the voice of every adult clone trooper, regular or mutated, gushes over his final season serving the Bad Batch. He says, quote, "The third season really covers everything. I've got to say, having seen it now, that is the best of the 3 seasons and the most satisfying on all levels of this storytelling that is the best that Star Wars can be. It also goes in some directions that I think fans will not expect and that will be very welcome and memorable in a very enduring way." Unquote. Gear up. Comscan detects we're up for one wild ride. In an Empire article, Hayden Christensen, aka Anakin Skywalker, talks about how his time since the prequels has influenced so many contemporary portrayals of his chosen one character. Quote, "The scene that I got to do as Anakin on Ahsoka was a bucket list item I didn't even know I had. When I was getting ready to do Obi-Wan Kenobi, I started my Clone Wars deep dive, and I loved it. I remember thinking, man, it would be so cool to see some of that in live action. When we finished doing the prequels, it felt like that was it, and my journey with the character was over. The scenes that I got to do as Darth Vader on Obi-Wan, that was huge for me. Being able to add a little bit more connective tissue to the character and to bridge the gap into Vader a little bit more is a very worthwhile thing." Unquote. Samuel L. Jackson, once the highest paid actor in Hollywood and a longtime proponent for Mace Windu's survival, sat down with Empire magazine with a singular thought in mind. He's not dead! Remember to like and subscribe to stay up to date with Star Wars Slate. You can also join our public Discord where we discuss everything Star Wars and Lucasfilm in general. This has been Connor. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with you.
Is that a bench?
Everything is not ideal.